Now, this is a developing story. You probably know by now that there was a Utah collegiate event that Charlie Kirk was at, and he was unfortunately shot. And I wouldn't encourage anybody to go look at that video, but it looked pretty bad. Now, as of me recording this video, it actually has been reported that he is stabilizing but in critical condition. As of me recording this video, if that changes, it changes. Prayers go up to Charlie Kirk and his family. This is insane. Now, look, I need you guys to understand something real quick. Comparatively speaking, Charlie Kirk is one of the more milquetoast people on the right. I'm not using that in a derogatory sense. He's even keeled. He is not as aggressive as some other commentators. Obviously, he goes place to place debating people, and he's even respectful in his debate. It is nothing for people to disagree with Charlie. Charlie has people that has disagreed with him all the time, including me on certain subject matters. Nobody wishes for his death. But unfortunately, there are people out there that don't look at that the same way. Now, yes, that man wanted him dead. There are plenty of others that want him dead as well, as you are seeing. Unfortunately, I have seen with my own eyes people actually, real people, not like sock accounts, but real people celebrating this. I know you've maybe seen TikTok videos by now. It's insane that there are folks out there like that they want him dead over having some political positions that he, again, disagrees with them on, or they disagree with him on. But this is why I've said in the past that, yes, while there are folks that maybe they might not explicitly state it, they will justify it and celebrate it in the event something happens to those types of folks, whether it be people that basically are commentators or people that believe things to the right of Joseph Stalin. I saw this when I saw that. I mean, we were live on Rip and Silverback, and it had happened while we're streaming. I'm sitting there trying to process all this information. I'm like, there was an attempt on his life. I'm like, at a college event, I'm like, on Charlie Kirk of all people. Well, that says a lot about how crazy and deranged these people are and who they're after. I've had the luxury of meeting Charlie a few times. Always been good with me. Again, even in our disagreements, always been good with me. It's nothing for. That's why I hate politics, man. It's nothing people that disagree. It should be nothing people that disagree and be like, all right, whatever. That's your position. This is mine. But now you got folks that are like, you have to agree with them on things, or you risk becoming an enemy. But this is the result of how folks have demonized people, again, to the right of Stalin over the last years. While it is, and I've encouraged you to even do so, you shouldn't even engage in that foolery when people try to associate you with funny mustache man from Germany and his regime. They call me that. They're going to call you that, again, having an opinion that they disagree with. But you need to understand the intent. And that intention is to dehumanize you. And therefore, when something does happen to you, whether they carry it out, have someone else carry it out, or a third party that's just seeing it and they celebrate it, they will do exactly that and or justify it, because why? They have been convinced, especially young people, though I think this shooter, as of what we're seeing right now, it looks to be an older gentleman. But especially with younger people, they've been pumped. It's been pumped in their heads that people that have these types of position are not just like people that disagree with them, but they think of them as like bad people that must be dealt with. And that's the result of this, and why you see these types of violent acts being carried out by these types or out on these types of people. It's for that reason. They have been convinced of themselves by some of the most crazy people on the planet. And folks to the right of them are to be associated with mass genocide and all sorts of other terms, which is nothing that any of these people have themselves carried out. But they will claim that if that means justifying something bad happened to you. I don't know what the fallout of this is going to be, but I just did a video talking about what thing that happened with the Ukrainian thing. And this is why I kept saying that though the racial aspect should be brought up and should be acknowledged, and there's nothing wrong with that, people acknowledging that and acting accordingly, you also need to understand that political and more cultural component to it. And this is leftism. This is modern authoritarian leftism that you are dealing with. And you're going to see that appear in various forms and carried out in various forms by people of varying races and what have you. It's not simply a racial thing. That may be a vehicle for them to try to get what they want, but it's ultimately about that authoritarian sort of leftism. Again, prayers to this man. Prayers to his family. You know, this man's got a wife, he's got kids, and I just hate to hear stuff like that happening to someone. And yeah, it should be something that you're cognizant of and something that you should be aware of, because again, Charlie Kirk, is the one of the more respectable. And when I say respectable, I'm talking about in the literal sense, in that he's not there's plenty of more. You guys know there's plenty of more people that are aggressive. Hell, I'm more rough around the edges than what Charlie Kirk is. But they went after him. And that's something that you should be aware of.